my channel. Welcome back to my channel. It's October. It's Halloween. The lights are adjusted accordingly. This month, as far as the VO challenge, so to recap, if you haven't heard this, once you become a member of my private group of VO talent, I invite you to participate in the VO challenge, which is something we do every month. Every month it's something different, although in certain months there are certain themes that we like to revisit, and October being the obvious, Halloween. And so for this particular month, I invited voice talent to submit a project of voiceover work that is basically Halloween themed. And so that can be something, obviously something scary, or it can be something family friendly and not scary at all. But I invited each individual voice talent to do that. They submit it, they use their voice. You don't have to make a video, but I did ask that they put some kind of production element into it, music and sound effects. And I kind of left it open. I didn't want to put too many parameters because it's fun to just kind of take a creative person and just here are your limited, I don't want to say limited, but here are the guardrails to work within, so to speak, and then just unleash them and let them go and see what they come up with. And the results are fun and interesting. And that's probably one of my favorite things about this month, or really about any VO project where voice talent submit is that you can hear when they're having fun. And that's, I talk about this in my VO workshop, in the spirit of play, to just create something or do something, not necessarily to be, to get booked or to make money, but just for the creative edification, the spirit of making something and enjoying that process. I'm a creative person, and as much as possible, I've tried to indulge in that, the spirit of play, in the idea that let's just make something and not necessarily, maybe there's no goal. Maybe the idea is just to be creative and to make something. You get the idea. Okay, let's enjoy the submissions to the VO Challenge of October 2025.
Welcome to the Carnival of Shadows. It only appears once a year, when the moon bleeds orange and the wind carries the scent of rust and regret. No one builds it. No one tears it down. It simply appears in the dead spaces between dreams and nightmares. You may think you stumbled in by accident, but nothing here is by accident. The Ferris wheel groans under invisible weight, spinning souls instead of passengers. Each seat tells a story, and not all of them ended well. Step right up to the mirror maze, where your reflection doesn't mimic you, and sometimes walks away without you. Try your luck at the ring toss, but miss 3 times, and the prize might just be your voice. And don't forget the clown car. They pour out endlessly, smiling, silent, staring. They haven't spoken since the fire. Hungry? Visit the cotton candy cart. It's sweet, it's pink, and spun from the dreams of those who never made it home. Look, there he is, the carnival barker. He doesn't blink, he doesn't breathe, but he'll offer you a ticket. One way in, no way out. And when the night ends, when the final scream fades beneath the soil, the carnival will vanish once more, leaving behind only footsteps and questions. Did you imagine it? Did you dream it? Or did you buy a ticket too? See you next year, if you make it out alive.
Supplies Needed to Clean the Bloodbath in My Bathroom by R.S. Nelson. Narrated by Mel Rose. I stare at the bloodstains on the bathtub, the bathroom walls, and the splatters on the windows. I take out my notebook and write my shopping list. Ammonia, to remove the bloodstains from the once white bathtub and the bathroom tiles. Plus, it will help me erase the handprints on the walls and wipe out the brain and tissue remains from the glass and jewelry, even though I will throw away what's left of the watches, rings, and earrings anyway. Bleach, for disinfecting and whitening the tiles in the tub after I'm done cleaning them, because the idea of taking a bath in there grosses me out. Brush, to scrub the bathtub and the walls. Luckily, the blood hasn't completely dried out, so I will be able to remove it. I wonder at what time the store opens. Gloves, because there's no way I'm having blood on my hands again. Mask, because the metallic smell makes me gag and I'm going to throw up before I have even had a chance to eat breakfast. Plastic bag. I will need 1 or 2 large ones so I can place the towels and jewelry in them before I take them out at nighttime to dump them behind the Chinese restaurant around the corner. Demon repellent. I don't think the store will have this, so I might grab a bat or a knife instead, just to make me believe I'm safe. If I feed the demons, they will be fine, but you never know when one of them might want a snack in between meals. Medication. I might as well stop at the pharmacy to get it, so the doctor will stop asking me if I have taken it, insisting that the demons are only in my head.
When hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls, whenever candlelights flicker, where the air is deathly still, that is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight. Welcome, foolish mortals. I am your host. Your ghost host. Kindly step all the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now. Our tour begins here in this gallery, where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors, which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out! Of course, there's always my way. Oh, I didn't mean to frighten you prematurely. The real chills come later. Now, as they say, look alive, and we'll continue our little tour. And let's all stay together, please.
The Book of Thoth. It happened once in an ancient shrine at Memphis, when the prince was pursuing his researches, that a harsh laugh interrupted his concentration. He turned from the hieroglyphs he was transcribing to find that a temple priest stood watching him. The man asked the prince why he wasted his time on trivialities when, if he wished, he could go straight to the fountainhead of all knowledge. The prince's pulse raced. He knew that the priest meant the Book of Thoth, patron of wisdom and scribe of the gods, the inventor of speech itself. All the priest asked in payment was 100 bars of silver and a burial with royal privileges. This granted, he told the pharaoh's son that the book lay in the innermost casket of a nested series of boxes sunk in the Nile at Koptos. At Koptos, the prince settled his wife and son in a riverside palace and went alone to the bank of the Nile to begin his preparations. With spells, he created an army of small statues, men in miniature, and imbued them with life. Some were commanded to load the barge up with sand from the riverbank. Others ordered into a little house, which, by means of spells and with the aid of a stout rope, was lowered inch by inch until it rested on the bottom of the Nile. The sorcerer prince called on his creatures to search the riverbed until they found the Book of Thoth. After 3 days and nights of painstaking toil, one of them swam up through the water to tell the prince that the box had been found. Just as the priest had described, each box concealed another. The outermost was of iron, opening each box with trembling fingers until they reached a silver casket that itself enclosed a box fashioned from gold. The prince at last set eyes upon his treasure, the 42 small scrolls that made up the Book of Thoth. He took the first scroll in his hands and scanned it, then raised his head. All at once, he understood the calls of the water birds and the language of the land creatures. Even the hissing of snakes had meaning. He read on, then gazed up at the heavens and knew the secrets of the stars. But punishment came swiftly. The family set off for Memphis, but the royal barge they sat in swung around in the water to float above the spot where the book had rested. Both the prince's wife and beloved son were enticed and entranced to walk off the barge and drown in the Nile. Finally, the prince set out for Memphis, and as the barge progressed along the waterway, folk claimed that they had heard inhuman noises emanating from the craft. The boat arrived at last at Egypt's capital city, but all was silent. In the cabin lay the corpse of the prince, its sightless eyes open wide. On his breast were draped the scrolls of the Book of Thoth.
Get your costumes ready for a spooktacular night at Gambino's. Delight in our sinfully delicious Halloween-themed menu, featuring batty ravioli, ghoulishly good strawberry bliss, and more. Show off your best Halloween look in our hourly costume contests for a chance to win thrilling prizes. Experience the thrill of the night with hauntingly good music in an atmosphere you won't forget. Join us this Saturday for an evening of fun at Gambino's Haunted Happenings. Reserve your table now and let the spooky celebrations begin.
You dare to oppose me? Oh, how very brave of you. Do you truly think of yourself worthy? You're trying to play the hero, I reckon. You lack substance. With one motion of my sword, all that you hold dear shall perish. Nothing awaits you on this path but anguish. Don't push your luck. Just because those you fought up till now were weaker than you. You were merely fighting trash. seem like is new. In the grand scheme of things, you're but a small, insignificant worm. An impudent, moronic imbecile. You're not even worth my time. My time is wasted on the likes of you. Go back to the waste bucket you were shit out of and contemplate the futility of your existence.
It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain. I loved the old man. He had never wronged me. He had never given me insult. For his gold I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was this. He had the eye of a bird, a vulture, a pale blue eye with a film over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold. And so, very slowly, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man and free myself of the eye forever. I was never kinder to the old man than during the whole week before I killed him. And every night, late at night, I turned the lock of his door and opened it, oh, so gently. And then, when I had made an opening big enough for my head, I put in a dark lantern all closed that no light shone out, and then I stuck in my head. I undid the lantern just so much that a single thin ray fell upon the vulture eye. I did this for 7 long nights, but I found the eye always closed. Now, on the 8th night, I was more than usually careful in opening the door. I had my head in and was about to open the lantern when my fingers slid on a piece of metal and made a noise. The old man sat up in bed crying out, "Who's there?" I knew what the old man felt, and felt sorry for him, although I laughed to myself. I knew that he had been lying awake ever since that first noise. His fears had been ever since growing upon him. When I had waited a long time without hearing him lie down, I decided to open a very, very little crack in the lantern. So I opened it. Oh, you cannot imagine how carefully I had done it. Finally, a single ray of light shot out and fell upon the vulture eye. It was open, wide open, and I grew angry as I looked upon it. Now there came to my ears a low, dull, quick sound, such as a watch makes when inside a piece of cotton. Oh, I knew that sound well, too. It was the beating of the old man's heart. It increased my anger.
I'm scared to death. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I am scared to death. Can you believe it's 2 years since Joe died? Never forgive myself. Never forgive myself. If I hadn't been so stupid, Joe would be here with me today. But I had to wait an hour for Joe Jr. to arrive. Do you realize Joe was alive when the ambulance came for him? But he never made it to the hospital. Never forgive myself. Do you realize I could have had Joe buried for free in the veteran cemetery? But I couldn't decide what to do, so I missed the deadline. The only thing left was cremation, so they cremated Joe. Do you realize I could have had Joe's ashes put for free in the veterans mausoleum? But I couldn't make up my mind, so I missed the deadline. So they gave Joe's ashes to me. What was I gonna do? I couldn't throw them away. So I turned this place into a shrine to Joe. Everything's the same way it was 2 years ago. Joe's clothes hanging in the same place they was 2 years ago. I put the vase with Joe's ashes on top of the TV set, so I knew I'd be looking at it all day long.
Peer around the darkened room, thick with dust and haunted gloom. Feel a shiver in the air. Who knows what fiends are lurking there? Shrieking goblins, hooting owls, moaning ghosts, and werewolves' howls. Hissing cats and rattling bones, curdling screams and zombie groans, and rush outside the cobweb door until it's time to go again.
Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, featuring an all-new slate of horrifying mazes and frightening scary zones, plus a fully reimagined terror tram that will take your breath away. Be prepared to be terrorized with spine-chilling haunted attractions never seen before as you try to survive Halloween Horror Nights starting mid-September. Don't come alone.
Your neighborhood Walgreens wants to remind you that this Halloween season, we want you to have a scary good time. So be prepared with plenty of ghoulish treats on hand. And don't forget your Halloween decorations to add to that frightening effect that you ghoulishly display. We want you to have a safe and scary Halloween this season from your friends at your neighborhood Walgreens.
Cliff Burton, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, from Ichabod Crane's perspective. Ah, yes, I am Ichabod Crane, schoolmaster of Sleepy Hollow, that quaint little valley where dreams linger longer than they should. The air there is thick with tales of ghosts and goblins. Every breeze seems to whisper a legend. I, of course, am a man of learning, a scholar, a singer of psalms, and instructor of dance. My pupils adore me, their mothers even more so, but none held my admiration as sweet Katrina Van Tassel. Bright as a harvest moon and heiress to no small fortune. Yet where there is light, there is always shadow. Brom Bones, loud, broad, swaggering, took her smiles for his own. He laughed at me, but I, being a gentleman of refinement, paid him no heed, though I felt his laughter following me. The night of the Van Tassel feast, I lingered longer than I should have. The moon was high when I mounted my borrowed horse, poor Gunpowder, and set out across the hollow, and set out through the hollow. You must understand, Sleepy Hollow by moonlight is a place half betwixt this world and the next. The trees seem alive, their branches like fingers. Every rustle in the dark is something unseen, remembering you. Then, there, a shape in the road behind me, black, silent, massive. I urged Gunpowder forward, but it followed, always just behind. The sound of hooves echoing mine, matching every stride. When I dared to glance back, it was headless. Cloaked in shadow, mounted upon a great black steed, and upon his saddle he held his own head. By his hair. I fled down the road through the hollow, the wind howling like laughter in my ear. The stories said no ghosts could cross the bridge by the churchyard, so I spurred my horse on, shouting prayers. Almost there, almost safe. But as I turned, the rider rose in his stirrups and hurled his dreadful head straight at me. A crash, a fall, darkness. When I awoke, I was alone. My hat lay in the dust, beside a shattered pumpkin. They say it was Brombones, that I fled to Connecticut, frightened out of my wits. They laugh, they marry, they forget. But I remember the glint of moonlight on steel, the rush of unseen hooves, the hollow echo of laughter behind me. No trick of man could throw that shadow, no mortal hand could cast that head. He rides still, and sometimes when the night grows deep, I swear I can still hear the beating of his horse's heart, chasing me through the dark.
I'm so excited. The kids are coming tonight. What? The kids are coming for trick-or-treating. I don't think so. What? That was last night. It seems you've missed it. What are you talking about? Today is Halloween. I'm afraid you're mistaken. You must have slept through it. I didn't. What? Okay, that's enough. Enough of what? He's playing a trick on you. What? Tonight is Halloween night. You! I'll... That was a little mean. Go ahead and laugh. Oh, you go ahead and laugh. You wait until I summon my coven. You'll be sorry.